everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Dark Souls 2. On the last episode, accomplished some good stuff. A little bit of a mixture of Lion Strat and non-Lion Strat, and that's a good thing, I think. You may be wondering, what happened? You had like 36,000 souls or something like that. What'd you do with them? I went back to Majula and I leveled up and I thought about it and I asked some people about it. People who are way more into the min-maxing side of Dark Souls 2 than I am. What they thought of the Black Knight Halberd, and the general consensus came down to, like, if you're gonna pump the stats in, then it's, or like if you're already gonna have high dexterity, then it's a reasonably good weapon to use. But if you're already going for what is basically kind of like a strength build, there's probably better stuff that I can get later. So we'll be sticking with the battle axe for now. I used my souls to level up. I primarily leveled up equipment load so that I could get better weapons later, like heavier weapons later. I'm happy with my shield. I'm happy with my armor. We could use this armor into the late game, even though the sets don't really make sense. And as a result, I think we're basically just looking to upgrade our weapons. So by upgrading our equipment load and making it a little bit larger, now I can actually afford later to pick up bigger weapons, I think. And not have to, you know, take off my pants or anything like that. So, we're at the door of Pharros, and this is the entrance to a new area, but it's also an area in and of itself. Now, these Babar creatures here are going to be real darn annoying now that I'm fighting them. Unlike my off-camera run, without doing 400 damage per hit. So, I am going to not farm, but just kill this one. And then, from the future onwards, we'll probably just end up avoiding them. For now, at least, just because he's real darn annoying. Not even annoying from, like, a standpoint of, like, oh, what a painful enemy to have to deal with. If he hits you, he one-shots you. That might be true. Mostly, it's just annoying because it takes me, like, 12 hits to actually kill him. But we'll kill him for now to make sure that we don't die. Also, a good source of souls. And we got the Rusted Mastodon Helm, which kind of reminds me of, like, the Boar Fang Helm from Dark Souls 1. We can take a look at that. That is here. Actually, it's nothing like that, much to my surprise. It looks also totally terrible with our pink beard and our green skin. Let's go back with Vengarl's helm. There's something stoic, I think, about having such a large lion mask over our face. 10 prism stones. I don't know if maybe there's like a hidden path that you're supposed to use prism stones for that I just have not. But there is a bonfire here. So let's go rest at this bonfire, shall we? 7,000 souls may or may not be enough to level up, but, you know, it's not a big deal. It's not enough for me to have to go through the loading screen to go back to Majula. Now, there will be, you know, Elephant Man here again, but I believe that this is a mimic. I swear to you, I told you it would happen one day, that I would be the one laughing and you would be the one not laughing, and this is one of the chests that I believe makes that a done effing deal, if you ask me. So, let's just kill the Mimic. Mimics are pretty scary with their moveset, but they're also still pretty easy to kill. We had Dark Leggings and the Black Scorpion Stinger. What is Black Scorpion Stinger? Is it a kind of club? I doubt it. Is it even a weapon? There it is. It's a thrusting sword. It does, poison damage. Okay, well, interesting. We're probably not going to use it, but it's nice nonetheless, and, you know, Dark Leggings probably protect us against dark magic, if I had to guess. There is a path upwards. I'm just trying to remember what's through this path sideways. Oh, I remember now. Let's not come here yet. There's a boss at the end of that area. He's a little bit more of a late game boss, in my opinion, at least. So instead, we'll come through Viking Town here, and we'll fight some of these, well, not really Vikings. They're more like dwarves, I would say. And there actually are some pretty cool weapons and armor sets we can pick up here. We can pick up the pieces of them, at least. And we'll see, because I think they drop a hammer that you need 40 strength to use. So we might pump another 10 points into strength. Again, if we're already going for like a strength-ish build, might as well kind of continue onwards with that. Feel bad for this guy. Pretty much got his skull caved in for no real reason. I like his anvil weapon, though. I just wanted to avoid hitting the axe over and over and over, because it could, or sorry, hitting the chest over and over and over, because it could have broken it. Dragon Charm. Awesome. Well, onwards and upwards we go. I actually really like the look of this area, and the enemies, not a huge pain in the butt. At least in my opinion. There's an item over here. These things should not shoot poison at me, even though they have forever scarred me, or the Black Gulch has forever scarred me to think that those statues will spit at you. Kind of like those statues in the catacombs in Dark Souls 1 that, like, Just want to make sure I'm okay here. Yeah, those catacombs in the statues in the catacombs in Dark Souls 1. I wonder if I can get him to just throw the second one. We can deflect these back at him, but I don't want to risk it. Instead, I'd rather just kind of do what I want with his body, if you know what I mean. There we go. The statues in Dark Souls 1, sorry for never finishing my train of thought. Don't run off the edge, you dingle. Alright, you know what? Freedom! I'll let you go. They have spikes in them. That's what they do. They have spikes in them. Disregard everything else that I'm trying to say here. So, we will nearly kill this guy. I kind of forgot what the point of doing this whole shebang was, but maybe he drops a piece of the set. We did get some other pieces. I'll check those out eventually, but mostly I'm looking for I think it's called like the Wormhammer. And if we pick that up, it's like a 40 strength hammer. And maybe it scales a little better with strength than some of our other stuff. Like the battle axe doesn't scale very well with strength at all, I think. C and D. So C for strength, D for dexterity. But the battle axe has never been like a late game weapon option. It's always just been something that I've been keeping. Basically, I should just try to kick him off the edge or something with the backstab. It's always been basically something that I was just considering using as a mid to early game item. Okay, I don't like fighting on these tiny little bridges here. Give me something a little stouter, maybe a Jeff Bridges. He appears to have fallen off the edge. Not Jeff Bridges, he's still very much at the forefront of, you know, public consciousness. But I think we have another area as we come up through here. And maybe there was no, I thought there was like an inlet or something that might have contained some items. Same there. This area, if it's what I think it is, contains some good items. And also some enemies that are a little annoying if you give them the chance to be annoying. But there's a bonfire very close by as well. So we're in Brightstone, Cove, Selora. I hope that is even close to an accurate pronunciation. Is this the bonfire tent? No. And there's no item in here. There's a bunch of angry farmers that are going to start chasing me down. To say nothing of the pig monsters. Let's rest here for now. If we can, anyway. So 10,000 souls, again, it's not really where I want to be teleporting back to Majula, but, you know, if we get another, like, level or two of souls, level or two worth of souls, I should say, then I'll probably go through with it. So, first things first, Farmer is doing some work. We'll crack his skull open, not kill him, which is the scary part, because these guys have dark weapons, which means that, like those zombies in the gutter, they're going to be real annoying and surprisingly very hard-hitting if we actually give them the chance to hit us. But there's two dead. We get a soul of a nameless soldier. Soul of a nameless soldier. And I guess these guys are soul farmers, which you may remember from, you know, Blues Brothers 1. One of the smash-hit musical numbers from that classic film. Now, that farmer's like, dude, what the hell, man? Why'd you break our tower? Well, it's because I got some sweet lacerating arrows out of it that are basically worthless to me as a character who never uses archery. And to be frank, oftentimes can't even seem to figure out how archery even works. There we go. So we'll knock this dude down. Apparently he doesn't take fall damage, so I gotta figure out what equipment that guy's running. His weapon not only inflicts, or maybe it does only inflict this, but it looks like it has like dark as well as bleed on it, so we gotta be a little cautious about that. First things first, though, let's kill these pig monsters. Much rather deal with about 100 of these guys than even a single of the like fang boars from Dark Souls 1. One of the few areas where I think this game actually, you know, is a little easier than Dark Souls 1 is in terms of the pigs. Not that that's a major element of things to begin with. Alright, just to make sure that we cut him up a little faster. I two-handed and should have kept going, but I thought he would be dead before that. So again, there's some interesting items around here, I think. If I can just manage to get inside of this building. How do you get inside of that then? You must have to jump in somewhere. Or can you just walk in here? No. Maybe you have to actually, maybe you shouldn't have broken this thing, you ding-dong, and then it would have been easier. But we get a large soul of a nameless soldier, which I can use. I'll also pick this bad boy up. A Titanite shard. We have 0 of those, and we can't buy any more, so it's actually really nice that I found one. I would love to find some large Titanite as well, but can't always get what you want, I guess. Now, we can jump into this well. I think if you look closely, you can see that there's like a twinkling item in there. I'm going to heal up before I do it, because otherwise this could be my death. Oh, by the way, the other thing I did is I used that Estus Flask shard that we got. There we go. I used that Estus Flask shard that we got to give myself an extra Estus. So we have 5 now. And that was some holy water urns, which are basically for magical damage. Oh, this is how we get into this area. Okay. I did this before. I should have remembered, but I didn't. I apologize. And we get 5 human effigies. That's actually a huge payout for us, because we'll be using those for AI summons later. Anyway. So now we have to get over there, and the more astute amongst you might be realizing, why the heck are there big boulders there getting ready to fall on me? That's one of the secrets of Dark Souls, I guess. We're just gonna run past this first one. Don't get the item. The item can come later. And I think if I just run up here, I won't get crushed by the other boulder. Yeah, that's exciting news for me. I don't know why they die here. I just like throw themselves into the... Or maybe they get crushed by the boulder as it rolls by. I don't know. It's bad business for them anyway. Because they are going to fall off and, you know, climb the ladder and come get me, basically, motherfucker. Soul of a Brave Warrior is, again, more raw souls. I'm not going to complain about getting raw souls, man. That's fine. And the game's not called Raw Souls. It's called Dark Souls, but I'm content to have them, nonetheless. So he just went and joined his farming buddies over here. I really like the moveset of the battle axe because it has a swipe on it, and that's what I was looking for out of the halberd, if you remember. Or out of the scythe, I should say. Wow, that weapon actually does, like, petrify or something. Having a swipe is so useful because it actually hits multiple enemies at once, which actually makes not lion stratting totally viable. And part of the reason I, you know, not invented, but not even popularized. I don't know what word to use to make myself not seem like a total dick. Part of the reason I opt to use lion strats, quote unquote, trademark pending, is because when I use the Great Club, it's got such a slow movement speed that you basically have to... Oh, good, large Titanite shard. You basically have to say, like, okay, either there's only one enemy, and if there's only one enemy, no problem. But if there's more than one enemy, I can't fight them very effectively. Because it does a lot of damage, but it doesn't have a very wide swath. Oh, I can't believe he got in before my move did. Oh, well. Yeah, so the battle axe has a little bit of a wider area of effect, which makes it a little bit more viable in those situations. Flame Butterfly, again, allows us to autonomously light fires. Peasant Trousers doesn't seem like the kind of thing I want to get into right now. Let's open up this bad boy, and we actually do have a boss fight quickly approaching, and, you know, if you have arachnophobia, turn back now. The next episode or two are going to be very much rich with spiders. You'll see them start to poke their little spider heads out from these walls. Yeah. I believe that this chest is not a mimic. We just recently had a mimic, so I don't expect another one anytime soon. Oh! But it does explode in, like, into something. I don't know what that would have done to us if I stayed there. But we got 20 heavy crossbow bolts as a result. Lucky me, right? And as we open this door, we are getting closer and closer to a boss fight. Not a difficult one, though. Probably a boss fight more on the level of something like a, I don't know, like a glorified version of Pinwheel or something like that. You can't get through this door. Don't trick me like that. So, I'm just going to make sure I've got some stuff equipped here that I want. We don't really need poison. Might want to use some resin, because we're not doing as much damage as I would like to, but sure. Let's equip some resin, or use some resin, and go to town here. Did they actually bust through that door? I don't want to know, I think. Alright, so we're against the Magus and the Congregation. A little bit... Oh my god, I lived. But I shouldn't be alive. As mentioned, a little bit like the Pinwheel fight. Holy crap. That's not supposed to happen like that. I don't remember Pinwheel doing that, let's put it that way. Basically, it's a two-part fight. Not really two-part, but there's two enemies that you fight. There's the Magus himself, who is the guy who was casting like that Wrath of the Gods type area of effect in a radius spell that he was doing there. And then there's the congregation around him, which are a little bit easier to kill. But there's more of them, and they also cast sorcery. So I may actually take a quick look here and see. I don't know if they cast dark or magic, but surely something that I have has to be a little bit better. Let me just put on my standard armor. Actually, now that I realize it, I should say, I basically have no armor at all. We can put on these peasant trousers, actually, but I basically have no armor at all. That's the full stop. I might have an item that temporarily boosts darks. Yeah, we'll try that out. And then we'll just sprint and we'll lion strat over to that area as I am wont to do. But anyway, that boss was not nearly as difficult for me when I actually played through the game off camera. So I'm hoping that maybe I've just made a gross underestimate. I'm now uttering my own Bushisms, I suppose, but my own underestimate of how the boss should be handled. Maybe I should have actually put my shield up and waited for a time to strike rather than just running in as quickly as possible. And then, of course, the commenters are saying, "No, you think?" Well, yeah, okay. My bad. I really don't want to lose those souls if possible. I just thought this boss would be easy enough. Apparently not, though. So, I kind of do want to heal because that seems to be something I might want to... Oh, Jesus. I might want to take care of, but I guess we're just going to run into the boss fight. Otherwise, the spiders are going to get me. Yeah, okay. So, we'll just hang out for a second. If I get the opportunity to attack, we're going to attack. But for the meantime, let's just shield, and I think it's like lightning dogs that I mostly want to take out. If I can take out lightning dudes and stay away from the mages, then I should be okay. Oh, that did damage, no question about that. Let's at least get our souls back, so if we die, we have another chance. That hurt. Not as much as a death would have, but it did hurt. Alright, now you are in dead zone. Almost. Congregation's getting quite a little number done on it. Oh, he summoned more enemies because he's a real dick about the whole situation sometimes. Let's heal up. Okay. That's bad. Did I heal? I don't think I healed. I don't think I healed. Roll away. Run away. Shield up. No, 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 no! Oh, I was so goddamn close to actually gaining some traction there. This guy actually should not be this difficult. I beat him first or second try on my off-camera play. I believe Josh and Nick beat him first try as well. So it's possible the lightning defense might be something we want to look into, but we're definitely going to fight him again. I mean, as you saw, we were really doing a lot of damage when we walked in there. We just have to make sure that we don't get hit, which is sadly a tall order in and of itself. Oh well. I don't know if dark defense is going to save us. I mean, I believe that's what that main dude is shooting at us, but it doesn't do that much damage. The real problem is just not being able to Estus when I need to. But with 5 Estus, you know, as you can see, or as you can imagine at least, that fight becomes a lot easier once you actually start knocking people out. It's like the Capra Demon fight. The hardest part is at the start of it, not at the end of it. A lot of boss fights, they have a different difficulty curve, and they get much more difficult as time goes on because the boss gets a new moveset, but not so in this boss's case. He actually gets much easier as time goes on, or they get much easier as time goes on because there's less of them. And eventually you're just fighting a bunch of, like, shitty zombies, which is easy enough to take care of. I really, really wish that I could get a spell that would keep this door open at all times. Sadly, no such luck. I am going to Estus up quickly just because, you know, staying at a decent amount of health is apparently a very important part of this whole thing here. And then it's the congregation that I really need to take out as quickly as possible. Like you, for example. Just roll and shield and roll and shield and roll. Mostly the shield. But the roll's a big part of the whole shebang as well. So I want to stay away from lightning ding-dongs here. But the more damage that I can do to the actual congregation, the better. That was really good. They're not supposed to take this little damage. Oh, God. Oh, be cool. Be cool. How does Fonzie play it? Fonzie's cool. I'm cool, too. Okay, we're alive and relatively well. That's not the person I wanted to attack, so we'll run away. This is exceptionally... Yeah, this is suxceptional right now, I'll tell you that much, but this is an exceptionally poor example of how this fight can and maybe should go. It's Estus. Nobody's shooting beams of light at me, so that seems like a good time for me to actually get my job done here. Oh, please! Moment of truth, okay. Feel bad for this congregation member, almost. If he hadn't shot a fuck ton of lightning at me. 1,000. Oh, and he heals as well. Okay, now I get it. Roll away from that one. But then come in and get behind him. Okay, we'll take out the mages first then. Magus? I actually don't know. But I'll do that because he's actually easier, and the congregation members are real flippin' annoying. Apparently, at least. No, just my god. Okay. Is there lightning attack coming? You have to admit, at least I've made some progress on this recently. Let's take a second here. Do I seriously not have resin equipped? I thought that I had resin equipped. I believe I had resin equipped. Okay, Estus again. Now we're out of Estus. We still have a ton of life gems. That was so stupid of me. I really don't want to use my life gems if there's a chance we lose. I mean, I guess there's always a chance we lose. Okay, the Magus is dead. When I played through this off camera, this is now the easy part. But I don't know if that's going to be the case here. I'm still getting hit by lightning all the freaking time. Okay, so we're going to Radiant Life Gem. Reason behind that is because the Radiant Life Gem, oh my god, is going to give me some heal even after I get hit, which is what happened there, basically. Okay. We gotta cut down these guys before they can do anything worse. He's not dead? He's dead. Okay, one congregation member is dead. This is the most intense fight I've had in the whole series, and that is not what you would expect, given the pedigree of this boss and the reputation. So, glorified pinwheel, I think is what I said when I walked in here. I regret that immediately. Okay, now the other, like, priest is dead. Now we just gotta kill Zombros. This is the easy part. Theoretically. But believe you me, I'm very displeased with myself for the amount of damage that I took and the amount of times that I died. Just don't die now. I know I could life gem, but I really don't want to waste it if possible. I'm very displeased with myself for the amount of times that I died, but I'm also way more pleased that we just made it. So, as salty as I could be, I'm just glad that it was finished. And we got a Titanite slab as a result. Any items down here? Believe me, it gets much harder than that in the very near future, so I'm not proud of myself, but at least we got it done. And then down here, it's, you know, mostly important to just, you know, not die. There should be a bonfire around here very close by. Soul of a Proud Knight. There really should be a bonfire around here. I must have missed it. Let me come back here, because it's actually a very important bonfire for us to get. I think I just missed a door or something like that. So at least we got one boss taken care of, and we also, you know, got through the door of... Oh, it's right there. Durr. Well, at least I got the door of Pharros area as well. But that's going to do it for this episode, mostly because I'm freaking stressed out by that fight against the Prowling Magus and the Parishioners. But, man, not only a great band name, but a difficult boss as well, in spite of the fact that, you know, if you just made yourself do a little bit more damage, you'd be much better off. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure to show your support. It's going to be a long series, so keep that enthusiasm high, if possible. I much appreciate the support so far, but anyway, but to finish the episode and stop being such a dinglehorn. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And subscribe if you want to see more Dark Souls 2 on a daily basis, which you will if you check out the channel. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time.